John sat at his desk in the library. Of all the rooms in the old farmhouse, this one was his favorite. As he looked out the window, he could see a line of clouds building on the horizon. The orange and gold of the distant trees made a sharp contrast against the dark gray sky. "Storm's brewing," he muttered, though there was no one to hear. He had come out to the farm by himself, hoping that the peace and quiet would recharge his aging batteries one more time, if that was still possible. He ran his hands through his hair and tried to rub some of the headache from his temples. Then he picked up the Bible he had been trying to study and read from the start of Psalm 19. A psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of God. Tonight the heavens ain't declaring God's glory, he thought. More like his wrath. He read the verse over again. He closed the book. My spirit's too troubled for reading, John decided. Too troubled for much of anything. After taking another look at the clouds, he pushed back his chair with a sigh. Next to the desk, the wastebasket was filled with unsuccessful attempts at writing a new song. He glanced around the room at the many books he had picked up over the years. Tonight they brought him no comfort. His eyes lighted on the old Martin in the corner. Picking it up, he began to scratch out a few chords, then slowly a tune, not one of the songs he had written, but one that had been sung long ago by those who had come before. His voice, once strong and powerful, now had a weariness in it as he sang. I'm just a poor, wayfaring stranger, a-traveling through this world below, and there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that bright land to which I go. I am going there to see my Father and all the loved ones who've gone on. John paused and thought of the loved ones he had lost. Not just a father, but his mother as well, and long ago a brother. I'm just a-going over Jordan. I'm just a-going over home. Then, too distressed to continue, he put down the guitar and laid his head down on his arms. Slowly at first, and then with great deep sobs, he began to weep. God, just let me come home, he cried. I'm so tired. Please let me come home. He repeated these words again as he thought of all the pain in his life, some past, some present, some brought on himself, some the scene that come from nowhere for no reason. Then he thought of all the pain that he had caused others, especially those he had loved. Then he prayed once more. God, just let me come home. I've wasted what you gave me. I've hurt everyone around me. Please let me come home tonight. Please, God. Gradually, his sobs subsided, and his prayer became more subdued. God, help me. Please help me, he whispered over and over. Afterwards, John could never say whether he had just rested a few moments or if he had actually fallen asleep. But sometime later, he was roused by what sounded like someone faintly plucking out the wayfaring stranger chords in the living room. Who's there? John called out, still drowsy. Outside, the sun had set, and except for occasional flashes of distant lightning, the sky was completely black. I said, who's there? Receiving no answer, he called out again to the darkness of the living room. I can hear you, you know. I'm not deaf yet. Come out where I can see you, you son of a gun. From the darkness came the soft twang of a stringed instrument being set down, and the creak of the floorboards as someone got up and gradually came towards him, moving slowly, as though walking was not as easy as it once was. Actually, my father's name was Jesse, said a deep voice that was gentle and commanding at the same time. I heard your music, so I let myself in. End of part 1.